Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we have a very cool Collecta 2020 figure to take a look at. This is actually the Redlichia Rex. A really beautiful version of a Trilobite here, and an absolutely gorgeous looking sculpt from Collecta. This is kind of the end of the 2020 Collecta line. I think I have one more figure to review quite yet of these aquatic species, and then we're done, unfortunately, with the 2020 figures from Collecta. It took quite a while to get through them because there are so many figures they released this year, which in my opinion was absolutely awesome because they just flooded us with a ton of great stuff. But this figure is also an absolute beauty as far as I'm concerned, so let's go ahead and get a closer look at it right now. So starting up here at the head of our Redlichia Rex, you can see that the actual texturing is phenomenal. There is a ton of really beautiful texturing to the figure, and I think they've done a great job of the way they've painted it with kind of like a goldish brown almost, but they've got like a really nice like wash, or maybe they've dry brushed the goldish brown over top. I'm not 100% certain, but I can say it looks super nice and really quite realistically done as well. And you have like a few different areas of like reddish coloration popping up, like right there. You've got here, back here on the back. So that is a really nice job as far as the paintwork goes, because it shows so many different tones of color on something that I wouldn't really expect to have too much color, but they have done a great job of applying that color and really giving it an extremely realistic look as far as that goes. I think that was definitely very nicely done on the part of Collecta. As we continue to move into the back of the animal, you can see some more of that reddish coloration. Actually, it's kind of on top of a few of these ridges you can see picking up here and there, so that actually is in even more spots than I realized, and it actually looks like it runs along the legs here as well. So there is quite a few different areas that do include it, and you can almost see like some tones of that color throughout the body in certain areas, but it's really subtle the way it's applied. Very light, I think I would say, but it looks super cool, and you can see that the textured appearance continues to look just absolutely phenomenal through this entire figure. A really highly detailed figure overall. And Collecta have just totally knocked this one, I think, out of the park, which is something I've said with pretty much every 2020 Collecta review so far. Again, just gorgeous on the upper side. But then once we flip it around to the underside, you can continue to see how phenomenal the sculpt and detail is, as well as the paintwork. Each one of those legs looks extremely nice sculpt-wise. You could just see how beautifully detailed they are. And the entire underside in general has a really nice, very highly detailed appearance to it, with quite a bit of paint variation as well. You can see like a nice lighter coloration that highlights the center of the underside of the animal, and then kind of like reddish browns that take over the legs, and you can just generally pick up on a few different tones of color throughout the entire underside of the figure in certain areas. And just look at how unbelievably nice looking that is. That is just awesome on the part of Collecta. Again, just beautiful work there. And you also have the actual name of the animal, of course, here on the underside. But this figure is just phenomenal, as every one of the other Collecta 2020 figures were. These ones are just kind of like the icing on the cake here at the end, trailing behind, but still overloading us with absolutely incredible releases, and this Redlichia Rex is no different. So the figure is pretty small, so for a size, you're not going to have too much going on size-wise. For the entire body, I would say all the way out here, actually, if we just go at a little angle here, we would see it at about just under 3 3/4 inches, or about 9.5 centimeters. There's not really too much else. I guess we could do a width here, and that's around the 2-inch range, or 5 centimeter area. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon next to our 2020 Collecta Redlichia Rex, and you can see next to these figures right here that it also is fairly small, and if the size with the actual measurement didn't show you that, hopefully these figures will, because again, a pretty small size, but being a Trilobite, you don't really expect it to have too much size or anything. A Redlichia Rex figure, I would be pretty impressed if it were very large. So honestly, I think that the Collecta version here is pretty much perfectly sized, and again, something that is so beautifully and very highly detailed in a smaller size like this is an awesome addition to any collection, because it's not something that would give you any type of a problem fitting into your collection. So pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, a perfect size on the part of Collecta. So this 2020 Collecta Redlichia Rex is a great figure. Another great figure, which I really don't think I said anything other than that for any of the 2020 figures so far. I think I have one left yet to review, but again, another beautiful aquatic species of animal for the 2020 line from Collecta, and yet another beautiful figure. They've done a really good job on the sculpt, really jam-packing it with very nice, very fine detail. The actual texturing to the top of the animal is so beautifully done, and I love the way they painted it with like a darker coloration and then like that goldish brown. I don't know if it's dry brushed over or what exactly how they've done it, but it looks great and looks very nice and natural on the figure, and then adding in like little areas of like that reddish brown and just kind of like very lightly painting over certain areas with it, so it sort of shines through, but it's not really abundant, it's not really vibrant or anything. It's just a really subtle addition to the figure. Just really gives the entire thing, I think, a very realistic and lifelike look overall. So it was a really great job that Collecta has done as far as the actual painting of the figure, and the sculpt again is phenomenal. Even the underside, you could just see it's so unbelievably cool looking when you flip it over and take a look at all the legs and everything, and the absolutely insane sculpt work that Collecta has included on this figure. Again, there's no way you can be anything but impressed by the figure overall. Collecta has just taken this species, just like they've done with every other species this year, and just knocked it straight out of the park. Another surefire win, if you ask me, and a beautiful, beautiful figure from Collecta for the 2020 line. So if you would like to pick this up, I will include a link in the description to where you can do just that on everythingdinosaur.com. So make sure you follow that link in the description, go buy yourself this beautiful Collecta 2020 Redlichia Rex, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.